today. From MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's the AFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports.
First of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. And the opening kickoff will not be returned as that will be a touchback. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
For a guy still in his second year in the NFL, this is obviously a big spot for him to try and fill. Able to engineer the victory in the wild card round last weekend. That's got to give him confidence, and it's got to elevate the confidence of his teammates as well. But as he said after the win, things are only going to get tougher from there. He understands the situation he's in. He understands what's ahead of him in this one.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
Now a first carry for their fullback. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Now, how about that call handed to the big guy in that situation? Normally you think of him as a real short yardage runner, but in this case they trust him to get a few more yards than that. I remember an old New York Giants quarterback, a Super Bowl winning quarterback, telling me he loves offense coordinators who call the plays with a little bit of abandon.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. T.J. Watt from his outside linebacker spot gets him down there for a loss of 4.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
2nd and 14. Here's a screen for Robinson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Well, that's an old play caller's trick right there. Right up there with run the ball inside the tackles on first down. You just watch your quarterback get sacked on the previous play. Now you let those defensive linemen penetrate again, hoping to get their hands on him one more time. But this time, he's got the perfect call dialed up, and the screen burns him for a first down.
Here's Allen. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. They go play action here on first down. That is caught by Dell. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
And this is exactly the kind of drive you're hoping for out of the gates. They mentioned the run and the pass well, keeping this defense off balance early. And they're on the march here with another first down.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now a give, right side. It's Allen, and he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, snapped at the 11.
Now, during that run, an injury here, we got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12.
So on 4th down, Kevin Stefanski trots out the field goal unit.
And his kick here is good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit. So every point is precious.
And able to get this out to the 25.
So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their 3rd-year quarterback.
And he more than did his part in the wild card win with 3 touchdown passes. Now, he's going to get a bigger test here in round 2, but his unit is in rhythm, and they're playing as well as they have all year long. I wouldn't be surprised if this defense, though, tried to get after him early with a little extra pressure. If he can handle that, he can have another big game, though.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. 3rd and 3.
They'll look to throw.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short, because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man, maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. They'll go again with Dobbins.
Oh, nice move. And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 31.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. That is caught. He's got the first down and more than that. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. DK Metcalf. 31 yards. And the Steelers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
In motion goes the tight end. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
On 2nd down now, it's Allen. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. From the 21, here's 2nd and a couple. Up the middle they go. Allen. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Steelers force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Man open, that's Ray McCloud. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. 2nd and 11. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
He gets this underneath to Dobbins, and he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw again.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Takes this to the 45. Got a little space after that nice move. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The Steelers on third down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw here. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Yeah, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Back to throw now on first down.
That's caught. Davis Allen.
Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And he'll have a Jets first down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of people thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And the tight end goes in motion left. On first down, Ratliff. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
Delson in motion.
On 2nd down, Ratliff. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Hand off now to Robinson. And good work there in open space. He's got this all the way down now to the 32. 43 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Outright, he's got Ruckert.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
And they'll get him down right around the 16.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Back to throw here. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
A give to the fullback on the dive. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. So it's 1st and goal, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. A great play there. Scoring on the sneak from a yard out.
And the Jets will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 10-7. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face.
There he goes, right side.
He's to the 15.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. 75 yards.
And the Steelers have retaken the lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Jets going to take over now late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Throw over the middle is taken in by Dell. Second down and 3.
They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On third down, Ratliff. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And it's a rush to the line right now for the Jets. He'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This is the first of 4 divisional round matchups coming up this weekend. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round games in the AFC. And it looks like a good one, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns matching up against the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, in our game, we've got 1 half remaining to find out who goes on to the AFC title game. And to bring it all to you, let's send it back out to Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round.
And he returns this to the 22.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And they've been the better of the 2 teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of football.
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. That one good for 37 yards.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the third quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. From the 33, here's 2nd and 2. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Joseph Osai coming in from that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that moves them up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. They begin the drive with Robinson. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now a handoff up the middle. Ratliff, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Caught by Allen. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
They'll run on 1st down. Allen. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes us all the way down to the 37. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
They'll drop to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's complete to Dell. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. Fourth down.
And I believe that gain on third and long changes things quite a bit, because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
Here we go on fourth down. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. The Jets try it, but the fourth down play doesn't work. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down, because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
2nd and 5. They'll try to draw here with Dobbins. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 43 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. 2nd and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Here now, 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. They'll look to throw now on first down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So on 4th down here, Mike Tomlin says, let's just get 3. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. 57 yards. And the Jets take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously, the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He's got the first down. Boy, he was dynamite in the wild card game last week. He hasn't disappointed in this game either. They'll set up a throw. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Second and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. Now back to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And that's a touchdown, but hold on, there is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. Personal foul. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Underneath, caught by the tight end, Allen. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And 3rd and 8 now. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there. Here's the Jets punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second down and 8. Back to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The Steelers on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Complete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. On that punt, we've got a man shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Allen's got it complete. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. From the 31, here's 2nd and 6. In motion left goes a tight end. On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Sliding out of the pocket. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a 1-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
In motion comes the tight end left. He'll look to throw. Got his man, Dell. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 45-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
They'll look to throw. Here's Higgins out of the right side. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Joseph Osai able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, it looked like they were trying to get him outside there, but this defense had different plans.
Yeah, they really had an outside-in kind of a pass rush. It's almost like when you're covering a punt. You can't let him get to the outside and get to the sideline. You force him to stay in the middle of the field, and they did exactly that and made the play.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And this is a unit that needs to get in gear if they want to play for a conference championship next weekend. Down 7 here in the 4th, and a very critical drive upcoming. Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there and take the hit and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Now a carry for Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
On first down, Ratliff. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Second down and 4. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to second and goal. In motion right, that's Dell. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. This is third and goal. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, this defense knows. Fourth quarter, they need to make a play. That one was ripe for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. He'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up second and 10. On the counter now, it's Dobbins. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there. And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
They'll look to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Oh, man, late in a tight ball game, every play so critical, you feel like you've got to find a way to come up with that football. That was put in a great spot, but it just didn't want to stick in his hands. That's a big letdown.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. 2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Up the middle they go. Ratliff. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Here's first down. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Here's second and a yard. He'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Playoff lives at stake. Boy, this is a big one. Third down. On third down, Ratliff. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Here's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Charles, that drive was perfect, methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. This is 1st and 10. Back to throw. Dobbins with it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll come up now on 2nd down. One final shot. They'll look to throw.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.